Hi Jewies, here's your Alexandra. I was asked to talk a little bit about airbrushes. Okay, and here I am. First of all, let's talk about the technique of an airbrush. The simplest airbrush is this kind here. This is an outside mixing airbrush, and it works that way. You have a bottle with the color, and you have the nozzle where the air pressure comes out. And here at the nozzle of the color bottle, there is created an under pressure, and it soaks the color right up, and it is vaporized through the air. So this is the simplest one. The only thing you can manage to lower or widen the volume of spray is the length here. If you move the nozzle of the airbrush itself a little bit back, then it is getting wider. The closer you get, it's a little bit smaller, but nevertheless it is a very thick spray. So in order to create thinner amounts of paint, the technique is the following. You have the nozzle of the airbrush here, and then you have a needle inside. If you imagine this brush here is the needle, and here when it is so outside, then the nozzle is blocked, and then you reduce the needle, and then you see here on the sides there are little holes, round hole to be exact, where the air and the color comes out. And the farther you pull back the needle, the wider gets the spray. So the interior of the airbrush looks like that. Here's the needle, and here are the color canals. You have two kinds of airbrushes. The top loader, the color in this pot here on the top of the airbrush floats directly here into the into the floating air and is transported through the needle on the top. And second, we have the underloader. This is this one here. Through the air, here is an under pressure, and it soaks the color up and there. And there is no really advantage or disadvantage in both techniques. It works both ways. The underloader is mostly used for more color. You are able to put up bigger pots of color, and here you can manage to drop in tiny little amounts of color. So then you have here the pressure button, and here's the interior where the air pressure is set onto. And on the back you have here a wheel and the end of the needle. So this is the technique of a single action airbrush, like this. Here you have the wheel. You can pull out the needle step by step. Here's the button for the air pressure. This is an underloader. Here you can see I can attach the bottle like this directly to the airbrush and fill it with color, and it is soaked up and gone out here. So, and now we come to the double action airbrush. Well, the double action airbrush looks kind of similar, but with a single change. Here you can't see any wheels because the needle is moved by this type here. First you press, then comes the air, and when you pull back, the color comes out. Here you see the air pressure connection, and I'm using a Badger 150. And here I can show you the interior of the airbrush tip. So let's remove this. There you can see it. And when I pull back the trigger, you see how the needle is pulling back and forward. So, and also the front part is removable, but it's stuck. So I need a tool to open this. So, and here at the back, you can also adjust here the needle a little bit, and also in front of here. This screw here can be pulled in front so that the airbrush always spits out color, and the needle isn't absolutely in front, but I like it that way better. So this is the first video of this series, and I hope you enjoyed this little walk through the airbrush technique. You're Alexandra.